Hey everybody, it's Reef Girl. So I'm going to try and sneak up on Jack Blenny. Yeah, Jack Blenny. He's my lawnmower Blenny. My husband said that, and both of us laughed like fools for a couple of seconds, and we thought it was super funny, but yeah, I know it's obvious. Anyhow, he's a really cool character. He has been in my tank for roughly 10 days now, and when I brought him home from the fish store, I just assumed he would go to town and start eating every bit of algae in sight. I don't have a lot of algae, but I do have some. I have a very, very good collection of snails who take good care of it. And I thought he might go after the Bryopsis algae that's up on top of the rocks over here. You can see that bit of a green carpet. But he just kind of swam up and down the walls. Really, I saw him pecking at things, but he wasn't really eating that much, and he started to get thin. So I was a little worried, and I called the fish store and I asked them what they had been giving him. And I thought back and I realized he didn't have a lot of algae in his tank. He was in one of the little tiny display tanks, and there's really not much in there. So they must have been giving him something. So I asked about that, and they couldn't really tell me. So I thought, okay, there's mistake number one. I got a fish, and I didn't really ask ahead of time, how long they had him, what he'd been eating. So I made a mistake there. So they suggested that I put an elastic band around some seaweed sheets, and so I did that, and instantly he went to town. And I'm going to try and zoom in on his belly because he's very, very fat. And you can see he's got a nice fat belly. He's really, really been eating a lot of this seaweed stuff. It's the Hikari green seaweed. I tried the red. He doesn't really like it. He eats it, but it's not his first choice. So he and the snails are having a great time on this rock, chewing away. Those fighting conch snails are wonderful. I really, really like them. So there you go. That's Jack Blenny. Lessons from this: I should have asked the fish store what they were feeding him before I brought him home. And I also should have asked how long they had had him, because it's pretty obvious he had not been there very long, since he had no algae in his tank. Oh, he just knocked the snail off. And they couldn't really tell me what he had been eating, only made a suggestion as to what I could try and feed him. He would not eat the algae sheets that were in a clip on the side, but as soon as I put it on the rock, he's just really enjoying himself, and he's fattening right up. So, really like this fish. Very, very active in the tank. He's a bit skittish, so that's why I had to sneak up on him. So, I enjoyed that. Hope you did too. Gonna try and stay out of trouble, and we'll see how things go.